Yo, everybody. My name is John Abella, and I am getting ready to go on a 2-day hike. It's a little before 8 a.m. here in the beautiful Redwoods of Northern California. Wanted to just go over the gear that I'm using. So many people seem to like these kind of videos. Never really understood why, but especially just before you go on a hike, which means you got to take everything out, then you got to put it all back in before you go hiking. But hey, what the hell? It's what we do, right? Drove in this morning and gonna leave my truck parked here, and then we'll hike in, spend the night somewhere, and then hike back out. This is the start of a 160-mile route that I'm building here in Northern California in the Redwoods. It's actually a town-to-town route, up and over about 6,000 feet of elevation. So it's a good little jaunt there and back. When it's all said and done, probably take, I don't know. Depends on how fast you hike. Isn't that how it always goes? But a lot of it is on private land, and not just private land, but corporate land, which we call timber land up here. It's owned by timber companies, and it's always a struggle working with timber companies, and a real joy working with them at times, because of the difficulties that are involved. You know, a lot of times if a timber company plans on harvesting a block of land anywhere from now until 30 and even 50 years into the future, it's pretty much a no-go. They just will refuse to even work with you. But there are many companies out there that don't plan on doing any timber harvesting for 100, 200 years. And this particular company is one of those companies in this area. Especially the first third of this route is 90% timber land. So I've been able to work with a particular, the corporation, the owners of the land, to give a right-of-way through here for this route if it ever becomes a viable route. So I'm really thankful to them. But anyway, you may hear some car noise. I'm obviously parked right alongside a road here, and there's a road, I don't know, 300-400 yards behind me. So yeah, just gonna jump into this. Gonna take everything out of the backpack so that you can see, and then gonna load it up off camera, get things a little reorganized, and lock up the truck, throw the camera equipment in the truck, and then I'm out of here. Not taking any camera equipment or anything with me. Cars passing by. There's about 5 or 6 houses just up the road here. So yeah, gonna throw the camera equipment back into the truck, and it's just gonna stay in there. I'm not taking it with me. Unnecessary weight for this trip. Speaking of weight, the total weight is, the base pack weight is 2.82 pounds. And I am using the Ultimate Direction Peter PB Vest 3.0. It is a 16-liter vest that I have completely stuffed. I have maybe 0.4 liters that I could still get something in here. Pretty much nothing, like a couple of bars maybe. But beyond that, it is completely stuffed, and it rides really well. The The hiking pole that I'm using is a single pole. This is the Appalachian Ultralight. If I pronounce that wrong for you, wherever you are, you'll have to forgive me. I'm a West Coast boy. I really like this fixed length pole. It's got this huge cork handle on it. I've been using it for a couple months now, maybe I don't know how long. Really like this. It was a beta. They had it as a beta on their website, and I bought the last pair, and got to say, really like it. I hope that they bring this to market, because I'm going to be pimping the hell out of this thing, because I am really liking this trekking pole. So, in my right side harness, kids, school. I don't know. There's no school right now, so I don't understand why all the cars. Anyway, right side harness, water bottle, and for food this trip, I am doing Soylent and bars. So this is actually a bottle full of Soylent that was pre-made at home, and it's about a half day worth of food or Soylent, and that's in here. Up here I have hand sanitizer and cough drops. I like cough drops. I'm not addicted to them, but you know, there's so much moisture in the air up here that oftentimes at night and then in the morning, using cough drops really helps me for whatever reason. There's a pocket here, but I've never put anything in this pocket because it makes it harder to get the water bottle in and out. And that's all on this side except for here. In this pouch, I have my gloves. There are a bunch of mosquitoes out. Really strange to have mosquitoes out at a little before 8 in the morning. These are my sun gloves. I will be putting them on once I get going. And then in the side pocket, I have Luna bars, chocolate coconut, chocolate peppermint, and probably my all-time favorite, the lemon zest. And that's it in there. And then in the inner pocket, I have the Z-Packs wind jacket, and I will be using that as my as a thermal jacket mostly. Not that it is a thermal jacket, but as a thermal regulation, which is what they're designed for. All right, on this side I have my torch. My torch is always in here. This is the Tika Plus 2. I've had it for years, and I've just never upgraded it or gone to anything lighter because it works, and why change something that works for me? In here, in the new pocket for the Ultimate Direction backpacks, is no longer a double water bottle. It's now this burrito pocket or some weird name like that. I have a apricot, so some fresh fruit. My Sunto MC2 Global, which is a little overkill for this trip, especially given the fact that I know the route, and I also have a compass on here, my little backup compass. I got another lemon zest in here, little Kestrel TI knife, my one piece of paper with a map. This is that waterproof paper, and then my ditty bag with Energizer 9-volt battery, some medication, a pen for writing in a journal. Dang. Earplugs, glue, pills, little knife, the normal crap you put in one. And that's it for in there. And then right in here, in a really easy place to get to, let me just put this on real quick. Show you how it is that I wear this. I tend to have my sternum straps right about there, so about 1 inch from the bottom, and then all the way at the top. And I usually don't have them very snug. You can see they're just there to hold things together. And then in this pocket right here, which is usually a spot for storing gels, I have my Black Rock beanie in here because my Black Rock beanie comes on and off a whole lot. You know, you walk through the undergrowth of the redwoods and it can get a little cold. These are cocoon over glasses, sunglasses. Obviously I wear glasses. And then a Z-Packs branded head sweats visor. And that just kind of all goes together like that. And then, so that's it for the harness straps. In the back mesh pocket, what we normally call a front pocket, I have a Solumbra scarf. This is actually a very large, I think it's like 36 or 42 square piece of fabric. It's sun protective fabric, the same fabric that a lot of their garments are made from. And what I do with this is I put it on like this, and then I've got full head protection as a visor user. You know, I'm not going to go into the arguments, the merits, the back and forth of a visor versus a trucker's cap or whatever. I just prefer a visor because it allows to vent air when you want to. And then also back here I have another fruit that I'm going to try to save for tomorrow. And then another piece of fruit down here that I will probably eat tonight. And then in here I also have a Sawyer squeeze. Sorry, not a, yeah, the Sawyer squeeze, the big boy, and a 32-ounce bottle. And then on top of it, I have a closure system. This is actually the two different pieces from Sawyer. It's the normal closure. Well, it's a, I don't know what the hell they call this, but this is the two-way valve for if you want to back flush, you can use this blue thing. And then I just kind of put them together like that. And then that allows me to keep water in here if I need to, and not have to carry the extra little white cap that normally comes on them. Because I'm going to carry this anyway, and I don't want to lose this or have it floating around somewhere. Hope all that makes sense. The other thing I have in here is you know what? I've always hated this. There we go. So the other thing I have in the bottom here, stuffed, beyond stuffed, is a Z-Packs ground sheet. And this is my ground sheet. Hey, look at that. Amazing ground sheet. That's it for in there. I'm not going to take it out, but there are two zip pockets here on a Ultimate Direction BP vest. The primary zipper is right here, and then there's a secondary zipper right here that allows you to store a water bladder back in here. But I don't use a water bladder, so I have my Thermarest Z-Seat, aka butt pad, stuffed back in here. And I have to fold it over, but it does work. Van coming the other way. So I have that stuffed back in here, and then I also have the my pillow, which is the Cedar Summit. Oh, I can never remember the name of this thing, but it's the ultralight pillow. Love this thing. I don't care that it weighs an ounce or whatever the hell it weighs. It's worth the weight. Probably my favorite all-time pillow, which so many people that have used this have said that. And that's the only two things that I have stuffed back here in the water bladder bottle pack. All right, so first thing is something that's actually not going with me. I just brought it out in case it was cold, which is my Montbell ultralight thermowrap. And again, this is not going with me. I just brought it out because I didn't know how cold it was going to be when I got out here. When I left the house, it was foggy. And, you know, the fog can reduce the temperature by about 10, 20 degrees. So speaking of the weather, it's going to be a projected low of 51 degrees Fahrenheit and a high of 63. And that low is nighttime temperature. So at night, it's going to be 50 to 52, 53 degrees. And then the highest it should hit during the day out in the sun is going to be 62, 63. But nowhere that I'm going to be hiking is actually out in the sun. So I expect to have daytime temps in the high 50s. So no matter what, it's going to be in the 50 range. So, and that's Fahrenheit. I'm sorry for my non-American friends. I have no idea what the hell that is in Celsius. I'm no good at Fahrenheit to Celsius. I can do grams to ounces and ounces to grams, but the brain hasn't figured out the Celsius Fahrenheit equation. So yeah, going to be great temperatures here. I mean, perfect hiking condition. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't need a bigger backpack, is because I'm not taking a whole bunch of thermals, you know, a whole bunch of gear that needs to keep me warm, because I don't need to be kept warm because it's 50 degrees, which for here is normal. All right, so first off, my sleeping bag. This is the Sorensen CQ. It is a 50-degree rated synthetic quilt. Sorensen custom designed this for me. Got a head loop, and then a very, very tiny foot box. I hate foot boxes, so the smaller the foot box, the better. As you can see, this is the height of my hand is how big the foot box is. And there is another vehicle. There is synthetic insulation only on the top side, and it's really only, not even, kind of hard to say even on the top side. It's only about 80% width, so it's core body and then about 3/4 width down the side, and then the rest of it is just material to keep tucked under to keep wind at bay. My take a crap bag, which is another container of hand sanitizer, Saluk 46 titanium trowel, and paper towels. Cannot believe how many cars there are here. Paper towels. Again, as I've said so many times in the past, I prefer paper towels, not toilet paper. They're so multi-purpose. You can use them to wipe down condensation. You can use them to wash your face with a little bit of water on them. You can get them wet and help clean up a little bit. You can use them to just clean out your pots, you know, your cook pots, your water bottles, whatever you're using. So, by the way, I pack these out. I don't bury toilet papers. And then in this container is two things: a wet wipes dirty, and this is for packing out the dirty toilet papers and wet wipes. And I got like 2 or 3 wet wipes in there, more than I need for this trip, but oh well. And I actually have you might have been able to see it, but I actually have my address on a label here, my name and address. I have once, maybe twice, left behind my my poop bag. Wow, there was another car here. I had no idea there was this much traffic on this road. Oh, you know what? There's a campground back here. There's a kids' campground. I bet you that's why. All right, and then the last thing I have is my food. This is a day-and-a-half worth of Soylent. And it's actually Soylent mixed with some other stuff. It's pre-mixed stuff that I put together. And I'm doing as I said earlier, I'm doing a Soylent bar fresh fruit for food on this trip. No stove, no cook kit, no fuel, no anything. Not even cold soaking potatoes or beans or anything like that. You know, I've been consuming Soylent for, I don't know, 3 years now, something like that. And over 80% of my diet for a year now has been Soylent. So my body's pretty much used to Soylent. I consume a little over 2,000 calories worth of Soylent a day, substituted with, you know, fresh fruit and usually some nuts. I don't have any nuts with me on this trip, but I brought some bars instead. Clothes-wise, this is the brand new Peak to Plateau 1/4 zip shirt. I am wearing it as a next to skin, and again, I am not taking this with me. So my only top garments are going to be this and the Z-Packs wind jacket, which is really all I should need for 50, 60 degree temps. My pants are the Solumbra Active pants. I've got, I don't know, hundreds of days of wearing these. And then for shoes, I'm rocking the Teva, I don't know what the hell these ones are. Thai Fi, Foo Fi, Me Fi, I don't know what the hell they are. Something, I know there's a Fi in there somewhere. And without any socks. So anyway, folks, yeah, I better get going here. This is taking me longer than I thought it would, but that's how these videos go usually. Got any questions, by all means, ask away. You know, the one thing I will address quickly here is I could have gone with my my Mountain Laurel Designs Core 22 versus the 16-liter pack, and it would have given me a little bit more room, and I could have brought like more fruit and I don't know, pair of socks for night maybe. But I wanted to go with a 16-liter backpack or vest, not backpack, because everything as you saw fit in here. And another car. And this is more comfortable. You know, the MLD Core is an amazingly comfortable backpack, but this is a vest. And
hi, are you photographing stuff? Do you know much about wildlife? There seems to be an injured bird in the road up here.
oh, really?
Just right there, you can see it. When I drove past dropping the kids off, I almost ran it over, but it went underneath.
Oh, is it just a little birdie?
It looked like it.
I don't know. I'll check it out when I get done.
Okay.
All right, were you dropping kids off at the
At Powell
the camp?
Yeah.
Cool.
But I thought, well, I don't know, if somebody could, like, I don't know, they have like wildlife sanctuaries or, you know, places that rehab animals.
You know, the only place I know of is the zoo.
Oh, really?
But I doubt they're going to take a common little birdie.
Oh,
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
But I thought I'd say something since you were hanging out and I'm on my way back to work. And
Okay. Have a good day at work.
thanks. See ya.
Okay, I got interrupted there. So the reason I wanted to go with the Ultimate Direction vest over the MLD Core 22 is simply a matter of comfort. A vest, even fully stuffed with gear like what I have, is exceptionally comfortable. It hugs you really well. You know, I'm a huge fan of Peck style straps. You know, it's one of the reasons I love the Six Moons Designs Flight series of backpack. Is because they have those pectoral shoulder straps that I just love, and these are pretty close to that. And you know, anybody that's ever used one of these, you just know how much they hug your body. They're really comfortable. So that's what I wanted to do. And you know, at 2.8 pounds, big whoopee do, you know. So everything fit in here, so why not go with a vest? And really, that was the last thing I wanted to address. And again, if you got any questions, ask away. I'm sitting on my jacket because A, it's comfortable, and B, I want to make sure I don't put it back in here. Don't you hate it when a Ziploc bag doesn't behave? I did mention I have to stuff this thing, right? I'm actually going to put this back here instead of my shoulder strap, just because it's not something I'm really going to need to access today, or shouldn't have to. And it'll just make it all that much softer up here. There's actually some fog up the mountain here, look to be about 500-600 feet of elevation up above where I'm at right now. So I'm hoping once I get up there that the temps will drop down a little bit, because, you know, going up elevation, you always increase some body temp, and it'd be nice to be able to get up into some fog and have it be a little bit cooler. I almost brought a banana with me. Maybe I should have brought a banana with me. You know, the problem with bringing a banana is you got to pack out the banana peel. And my trash bag, as you saw, isn't very big, and one banana peel would kind of fill it up. I really like this printable, water-resistant, waterproof paper. It's a little expensive. It's like, I don't know, it was like $30 or something like that for, you know, one order of it. But it's really sweet because, you know, you don't have to laminate your maps and all that crap. It's just it's just one of those things that's kind of worth it. Where the hell did my other glove go? All right, so now that we don't have the jacket stuffed in there, we got a little bit more room. This around my neck makes it a little bit softer and more room in here, which is where this usually is anyway. And I think that's about it. I will have a lighter pack list made up for this gear, and I will include that in the video description, and then I will be posting this over on Patreon. I post most of my videos on Patreon first and keep them there for a month before I make them public on my Facebook and Hike Lighter website. So yeah, I guess that's about it for this video. Want to thank everybody that's kept watching, and hope you guys have had a great 2017. Thanks. I have a bottle of Soylent that I had in my truck. I can pound this down before I leave, and that'll give me another 400 calories of food for the day. And woot. Oh, road IDs. I never leave home without my road IDs. I'm not going to show it to you because I got private information on there, but yeah, one on each arm. Really like road IDs. I wear road IDs more than any other thing in this world, including my glasses. I take my glasses off at night. I never take my road IDs off, so I have, yeah, that pretty much says it for them. You know, some people wear gloves for sun protection, which is a good thing to do. Some people wear gloves to keep their hands clean. I understand that, not the reason I do. And you know, a lot of people who use gloves do so because they use trekking poles. I mostly do them just to keep my hands protected from the sun and blackberry bushes. They're all over up here. I hate blackberry bushes, loathe blackberry bushes. You know, and when you're walking through, you know, you just, your hands just kind of naturally hit the blackberry bushes and that kind of stuff. Ferns, we have a lot of ferns up here that are super sharp ferns. So they just kind of more for hand protection, and then worrying about my hands getting dirty or needing them for grip or anything like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go drink this, turn my camera off, time to get hiking. P.S. Yes, I have a Hollywood plate, and it's my last name. Rock on.